Hi there guys, welcome once again to Jonesy's vlog. Early apologies for the quality of this video. It is a bit grainy, but I am once again on my iPad, so yeah, apologies there. So anyway, today's big Yorkshire derby between Leeds United and Sheffield Wednesday, it of course ended up 1-1. It was on TV, so I'm sure a lot of you actually already saw the match, so I don't need to speak and talk you through it too much. But it was disappointing, I think. And frustrating in a way, but I don't think we can really complain too much at the outcome and the result. Really, it was a game. Well, the first half, from our point of view, was really poor. I mean, there just seemed to be no sort of rhythm at all in the team. Quite a few of the players seemed quite slow. Didn't really seem to get into the game too much. Especially in midfield, I think Luke Murphy was a bit poor to begin with, really. He seemed to misplace one or two passes. Paul Green, for me, was really awful. Losing the ball, losing possession way too easily. Not making any passes, really, that I can even remember, and not really contributing anything to the game. Got in a good position for a cross, and he wasted that opportunity. And it's kind of something I've been banging on about for a while, really, with Paul Green, but he really is a player. I know I'm in the minority here from the amount of people on Twitter that seem to like him, but I really struggle to see what he brings to the team. And I think the start to this season is kind of emphasising that for me. And luckily today, Brian McDermott seemed to see that and bring him off at half-time and replace him with Michael Tong. And now for me, Michael Tong did really well when he came on today, and for me he also played very well in the match against Brighton. I think he was unlucky to lose his place to Rudy Austin, which was fair enough. I mean, I don't blame McDermott for making that change, but I definitely think Tong would have felt very hard done by after his performance against Brighton, and I think he proved again today. He did a really decent job. He did what he needed to do. He got involved. He made some good passes, got forward very well, and did a hell of a lot more than what Paul Green's been doing this season. So, I mean, for me personally, I'd have Michael Tong in ahead of Paul Green for the next match against Ipswich. Again, I'm sure a lot of you will probably disagree with me, but I seem to be in the minority here against Paul Green. But away from that, I think Ross McCormack had a very poor first half. I mean, he had that shot on goal, that sort of chip attempt, which was never really going to go in against Kirkland. He's quite a big keeper. But that's all he really contributed to the first half. I think he running around a little bit like a headless chicken actually at times, and just struggled to get into the game. Positives in the first half, again, Austin stamped his authority very quickly on the game, getting stuck in with some fantastic challenges, defending really well, spreading the ball out really well, and just leading with example, really. The captain's performance again from him, for me personally. Polyon had a few decent runs at the defence, which was good to see. And Luke Varney went missing a bit. He had a bit of a poor first half. And Lee Peltier, it was good to see him actually have quite a decent game, especially defensively. I mean, I think we know now that he's not really that good at coming forward and sort of getting crosses into the box, and his passing isn't brilliant. But defensively today, can't really say too much against him. So yeah, first half was poor, and obviously Sheffield Wednesday got the goal. It was one of those where they hadn't really done much in the game and hadn't done anything to deserve the lead, but we hadn't done anything either. We didn't deserve the lead, and it was poor defending. We really gifted them the goal. Again from a set piece, which is really disappointing. It's something that's kind of plagued us, especially last season as well, and clearly things not changed too much this season. So something really needs to be done in training there, it seems. So that was disappointing. Disappointing goal to lose there. So obviously things needed to change in the second half, and they did. Obviously, like I said already, Tong came on for Green, which I think changed things up a bit. And obviously he just had a very strong word with the players, I'm guessing, because second half was much better. Obviously Ross McCormack's goal was an absolute beauty. I must admit, when he made that first touch of taking it round the defender, I thought he made a mistake. I thought he should have sort of held the ball and passed it to, I think, Polion was sort of making a run. I may be mistaken there, but I thought he made a mistake to begin with. But I mean, he proved me wrong. It was a fantastic finish and a fantastic run from him. And that celebration, a lot of people have been reading into it, and I mean, it was pretty sort of clear that he was aiming his celebration towards the sort of hospitality boxes and where the chairman and people like that will be sitting, sort of making the point that he doesn't want to go anywhere, but I'll get onto that in a bit. But yeah, just all round in the second half, the midfield started to look more sort of together. Murphy started to come into the game more, making some better passes. Like I say, I think Tong sort of controlled things a lot better. Defensively, we looked quite sound. We never really looked under too much pressure from Wednesday. And yeah, Polion went a bit quiet, which was, I suppose, it was his first start of the season, and the longest he's played for us, apart from the cup match, obviously. So he was bound to sort of go a bit quiet in the second half, I suppose. But still, got that sort of attacking threat, which is what we need, really. We need someone with pace in the team. And yeah, Austin carried on like he did in the first half, had a fantastic game. I have to say, although, obviously Ross took his goal really well, and it was great, and he came into the game a bit more in the second half. Overall, he didn't do too much. I've seen quite a few people on Twitter agree with me there. But yeah, it was a bit disappointing to see him off the boil a little bit, but I think it was just the kind of game. Wednesday are a very physical side, they're a very big side, and I don't think that suits McCormack's game much. So I think that's the main reason why he probably didn't come into this one too much. So yeah, I mean, like I say, it was frustrating from the point of view that I think we were slightly the better side on the day, but we lacked that cutting edge really, especially in the final third, and I don't think we really did enough to deserve winning the game. Just like Wednesday didn't do too much to deserve it either. So I think both sets of fans will agree that a point was a fair result, and I don't think we can complain too much at it either. Really, we're still unbeaten. Things slightly coming together now in the team. Definitely still need, definitely another centre back. We need a winger or just someone different up front. Just someone to add that special something. Because, like I say, in the games, it has been noted that we lack just something special up front. A proper game changer kind of player. So Ross McCormack has spoken out saying that he doesn't want to go anywhere, and that he loves being at Leeds United, and that if he is to be sold, then it would be against his wishes. So like I say, that celebration kind of made sense, kind of making a point to the owners if they are thinking of selling him. I mean, there's been no signs that they are wanting to sell him. We've rejected the bids from Middlesbrough. So hopefully that's how it will stay until the end of the transfer window. But I don't think we've got anything to worry about too much. I think he'll probably will stay.